Hello and welcome to week 7. We're talking about the subject of integrity in week 7. And I want to read a couple of verses and we head straight in. So, Matthew 5, verse 8 says this: Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And 2 Corinthians 8:21 says, For we are taking pains to do what is right, not only in the eyes of the Lord, but also in the eyes of man. And Zig Ziglar has this to say, integrity gives you real freedom because you have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. So we are talking about integrity this week. Integrity is wholeness. Is being whole. Integrity is doing things, the right things, even when no one is watching. As a servant leader, integrity has to be that foundation on which you build your leadership. Without integrity, you're building on a false foundation. Now, integrity will either make or break a man. We have multiple examples and stories these days of what happened to different organizations or even churches because whoever the leader was didn't work in integrity. Now, there are a few things that we'll be proposing for you to you in this course that will help you build a foundation, a solid foundation of integrity. And the first one being predetermine your values. Now, what I mean by predetermine your values is from day one we've been talking to you about values. Who a man is can be reflected in their values. So basically, write down your values. What is it? Integrity? Is the love, the fear of God, whatever you have as values, write those down and look at them. So that from time to time you can ask yourself, am I walking in terms according to my value? Organizations today have mission statements, but they also have values. So what are the values that you've set for yourself? The second thing I encourage you to do is to be proactive and develop a plan for managing money, managing women or men, and managing issues of pride and power. What I mean is that you'll be tempted. You're definitely going to have times where you're going to be tempted. But how do you manage those situations of temptations? If you already had a proactive plan, then you have a higher chance of succeeding rather than failing if you're faced with those situations of temptations. The third thing I want to propose to you to do is engage yourself in the process of mind renewal to reflect kingdom values, to reflect God's image that is in you. As a servant leader, you are, and I say this, remember, an ambassador of the kingdom of God. And as an ambassador of the kingdom of God, you need to ask yourself, what kind of character, what sort of attitude am I supposed to be portraying in the marketplace? All right, or the question that most people ask is, what would Jesus do in such a situation? As you develop this proactive plan, they will help you to be able to overcome situations of corruption, to be able to overcome every form of temptation, be it in terms of women or men or finances or even pride or power. One simple thing I do, for example, I don't sit in a room alone with a woman that's not my wife. If I have to do that, my wife has to be there, right? That just keeps me free from any kind of a situation that can turn out really bad. The fourth thing I encourage you to do is to develop habits of a good steward. A leader, a servant leader is a steward. You're managing God's resources, be it men, be it resources, or even be it time. How do you manage these resources? Integrity also is developing a plan for being able to be a good steward in every situation you find yourself in. If somebody has made you accountant over a project, make sure you're giving the right figures. There is nothing to gain by violating the rules of integrity. Instead, you're losing. So you need to sow into your integrity bank rather than take out of it as a servant leader. Next is restoring wholeness in our families. Sometimes as leaders, we get so busy with the leadership function, we forget the people who are closest to us. But it's important as a leader who seeks to develop integrity to seek to restore wholeness in your family. And what I mean by this is take time out to bless them, to pray for them, to encourage them, to strengthen them, to lift them up as a leader. That is what it means to be a man of integrity. Let who people know you are in the outside be reflected in the inside. And not just that, but seek to apply kingdom value wherever you are. And how can you apply kingdom values when you don't know these kingdom values? So it comes with spending time with God, spending time in the scriptures to learn about God and to know Him more so that you can apply these values wherever you are. Do not have an image that is good for the church and then you have another image for the marketplace and then another image for the home. You should be the same person no matter the situation or circumstance in which you find yourself. And finally, evaluate. Set time to evaluate yourself. Let you basically ask yourself, am I growing? Am I living more a life of integrity? Or are there things in my life I have to work on? And go to the place of prayer, talk with God, and be faithful. Integrity is the foundation on which good leadership is built. I encourage you, again, to do your assignments in time and do those blog posts. God bless you.